Hey folks, my name is Gary Holden. I'm the Associate Athletic Director at Ferrum College. I'm the Sports Information Director. We're here today talking with Garrett Roth about women's flag football. Garrett, welcome.
Thank you. Excited to be here.
So why don't we start off by having you tell everybody a little bit about yourself, who you are, where you came from and everything, your coaching background.
Yeah, I think the first thing to point out is that I'm from California. So I made the long road trip over here to get started and get flag football started at Ferrum College. Really excited to be a part of Conference Carolinas and the first Division II conference to have flag football in the country. Um, Really going back into my background, I coached in California for the past 2 years at the high school level. They made it an official sport over there 2 years ago, which was super exciting, and kind of stumbled my way into it. What was nice is I've played flag football all my life. Funny story of why I didn't get into tackle too much is I found myself the first time I ever played tackle going to a camp at De La Salle, and I got killed for 2 weeks straight. So that was it for tackle for me. So I've been playing flag my whole life since I was a kid, all the way through college, and even now playing in adult leagues and tournaments and stuff like that. So I've always had a passion for the sport. And as I found my way into really enjoying coaching, I saw this opportunity and knew that it was something that I would want to take my talents across the country for.
Well, we're glad to have you here at Ferrum and everything. This is exciting for us to have our first women's flag football program and everything, and it's really exciting to see the league, the Conference Carolinas, is putting flag football out in front with the league championship this year and everything. I saw on the schedule that we've got a championship in late April or mid to late April and everything. That's got to be exciting for you guys being part of that first ever championship.
Yeah, first goal is to get there, right? Top 8 teams are going to be a part of that. I have a lot of confidence in this team. We recruited really well. We're going to have 27 girls on the roster.
Wow.
From my knowledge, we have the largest incoming freshman class for flag football in the country.
And how many schools in the Conference Carolinas are actually playing flag football this coming year?
So 8 actual Conference Carolinas members, but then we have 3 guest members joining
affiliate
us
members
as
okay.
well. Yes. So 11 total. So a pretty good percentage of us should make that conference championship. We're definitely planning on being there and making a run.
And where are they hosting the championship this year?
So they are going to be hosting it in Durham in North Carolina.
A couple hours from here, easy drive.
Yeah, not too bad. Hopefully we get some attendance out there, some Panther pride as we play in those games. Really excited to step into a venue like the one we're going to and have a chance to continue to build our brand in a space like that.
Seems like Durham, North Carolina would be a fairly central area for all the teams to come into and everything, so it could potentially be a good well-attended event for the fans too.
Yeah, definitely. We're excited about just the interest in flag football, and every time I'm walking around campus, I'm hearing people are going to be coming to the game, so I'm excited to see that, and it's nice to have something so central and such a nice venue to where we can really afford to bring in a large amount of people.
Sure, and you're playing at the stadium as well. And as I understand it, there's not very many women's flag football programs that play in the same venue as their varsity football program. Was that a big thing for you?
That's huge. I mean, in terms of when I was talking about potentially taking this position, that was something that stuck out to me right away. Not only from this is just cool overall, but also from a recruiting perspective, from a long-term perspective, to have the support of the school, because there's some schools that have both a flag team and a tackle team, but they won't have their flag team play in the stadium. And I think that's a testament to just this athletic department here at Ferrum as a whole, and how we're willing to invest in every sport that we've got coming across.
Well, it's pretty exciting to see that size of a stadium. I mean, from W. Adams Stadium here holds 5,500 people. Now, I doubt we're going to put 5,500 people in there, but boy, I'll tell you, that first event that we have at home, you play at home for the first time in November, it looks like, November 1st versus Mount St. Mary's and Hollins.
Yep.
And that'll be exciting to see how many fans come out, just to, if anything, the sheer joy of seeing for the first-time event and everything. So I'm hoping we can fill the place up and everything for you.
Yeah, that's the hope. Yeah, it's going to be a task. It's a lot of butts to put in seats out there, but
good challenge.
Good challenge, yeah, and the interest I think is there, and I think that first game, November 1st, when we're out there, that's going to be like a mini scrimmage tournament for us,
Mm-hmm.
and a couple of conference opponents in there, and Hollands, who is right down the road. Should be a really fun atmosphere to get us into it. And then when we come back around in the spring for our first official games, we're right back at home on February 28th, which
Mm-hmm.
should be some big ones as well.
It'll be the crossover between the winter sports and the spring sports just starting up and everything too. So
Yeah, no, we're definitely, I think, poised really well. We have a lot of dual sport athletes across other sports, and our schedule, I think, fits in pretty much as perfectly as it can in order to attend to everybody.
sure. Let's talk a little bit about the schedule. I know the conference tournament is way down the road in April and everything.
Mm.
What are some of the highlights for you on the schedule this year?
I think we've got to look at that first conference game on March 7th against Wingate.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be a pretty solid team. Their coach is coming from William Woods, who's had a flag program before.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to have an older team in reference to the rest of the conference, and in terms of they brought in a handful of transfers. So that should be a good test right out the gate. Couple other good ones in there. I'm excited to get down and play King a little later in that month. And we've got two teams we'll be playing during those games, King and somebody else.
So will most of your competitions be against two different teams, and will all three teams play each other in that facility?
Yeah, so that's the go-to way to schedule it from the looks of it, just from a travel perspective. So we'll have three teams at a location. They'll play. I mean, if let's say it's us, King, and Wingate somewhere,
Okay.
and we're hosting, we'll play King at 1. King will play Wingate at 2:30 on our field, and then we'll play Wingate at 4.
Okay.
So you get a little round robin in there. The games are pretty fast paced and quick, which helps because it's not then a massive day.
Mm-hmm.
How
long are the games?
So it's about an hour, 24-minute halves. So it goes pretty quick because
Two
it's
halves.
running clock throughout until the final 2 minutes. So game pace is really high throughout, which makes it a little more exciting, and the quickness of it, allows you to really kind of be locked in for the entirety of the game.
Well, I know we're going to come back and talk later in the semester as you guys get ready to start your, let's say, Howard. You go to a Howard tournament and everything in the middle of October. So I'd like to have you come back on the show and maybe describe to us a little bit more details about how the game is actually played, the differences. As I understand it, there's no kickoffs, there's no field goals, no extra points. You just do the 2-point conversions. Yeah. So I'd like to have you go through that with it next time we talk and everything.
Yeah, there's a lot of differences between tackle and flag. I think flag is really an explosive play sport. Mm-hmm. It's dynamic. We're going to be mixing in some dual quarterback stuff. We're going to be mixing in a lot of RPOs, a lot of pitch option stuff, which I think makes it exciting and gives you a little different taste from tackle football in that regard.
Well, and it's got to be exciting for you, too, to hear about the NFL trying to sponsor flag football as well. So that's, mm-hmm. I mean, you couldn't have asked for a better scenario to have our first year with this, with having it here on campus, and the NFL is making a pitch now to have women's flag football become part of it, as an NFL sport and everything. So yeah. That's got to be pretty neat for you guys and for the young ladies that are playing.
Yeah, the growth of the sport is amazing. Just to see where it's gone just in the past 2 years that I've been around it, but really in general. I mean, the highlights really are the NFL getting more and more involved. Roger Goodell is rumored a professional league around a little bit.
That'd be amazing.
Now, it's going to take a while probably. It's probably going to be 5 or 6 years, but some of the girls that we've got on our team now coming in as freshmen or are going to come in the future years are going to be primed to go into that space, which is really exciting. And then you have to mention the Olympics as well. That's going to be awesome for this sport. And in 2028 and in Los Angeles, in the United States, where football is so massive, to have the sport become a little more global from that perspective, mm-hmm. Is really exciting. And then there's college athletes across the country who are currently making up the U.S. national team and some of these other national teams around. So that'll be fun to watch.
How amazing would it be one year to be watching TV, ESPN2 or ESPN the Ocho, whatever it is, having them show athletes on the teams and everything, and they list the colleges and they list down there Ferrum College.
Yeah.
That would be so cool. And same thing with if we get somebody in the Olympics one day.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, I won't be watching those on TV for sure because I'll be there. That's something that I would make sure to make it out for and to support because that's a huge deal.
Oh yeah.
For the athlete, for the school, it's really something that can propel us to another level, which is something that's so exciting about this sport.
That's great. That's great. Well, listen, we'll wrap things up right now, but folks, we will come back. Your first competition is October 18th and 19th.
Yep.
So we'll come back maybe about a week before that, have you give us a little bit of an update on education, on what the differences are between the sports and everything. Maybe by then we can have a roster all settled down and everything, and we can maybe take a look at where some of your players are from. I know they're coming from all over the country, and that'll be great for our fans to be able to see where they're from and everything.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you for having me. I'm looking forward to it.
Great. Garrett, thank you so much, and we'll see you in October.
Thank you.
Folks, we'll see you in October.